The Bizz.
It is time for the Bizz. Welcome everyone. Everyone. Good to see you guys today. We have Chad and Rizzo with me today, and we are going to be discussing some pretty fun topics today. We went over this earlier, me and Rizzo and Chad, and we got the first topic today being the NA regional that just happened. The first part of it.
Half of it.
Yeah. So the playoffs are this weekend. You guys can watch that, twitch.tv/Rocket League. And I forgot the B stream. Are they even doing a B stream for it?
For the second half of it?
Yeah. Playoffs?
Yeah, they'll be B stream games for that.
Okay, so yeah,
they're still like it's still the rest of the bracket in there.
Yeah, we got to get the B stream some love, chat, because I think Rizzo literally had double the B stream's viewers. So Rizzo is basically the B stream. So
my watch party was the B stream.
Yeah. So but anyway, we have some cool stuff to talk about with the regionals. Mainly the reason we're bringing it up is because there is some drama related to last week that kind of transitions over to now. If you guys remember from last episode, we briefly discussed the NA versus EU rivalry little thing. We talked about Reddles, we talked about Scrub, we talked about all those little shenanigans on Twitter. And before we get too into it, let's just talk about the regionals, talk about how it went, and then we can give you guys the info on it, and then we'll discuss what happened afterwards. So firstly, the regional happened on Saturday was the first day. On the first day, most of the teams made it through. NV and G2 made it through, and they didn't have to play the next day. I'm talking about specifically the top four right now. NRG and SSG both of us fell to the lower bracket round one. SSG lost to Rogue, was it? No, V1. They lost to V1, and we lost to
Ghost.
Dude. Oh yeah, Ghost. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I almost forgot that. Not gonna lie. So two of the top NA teams falling early. Not a good showing for NA in terms of the NA versus EU rivalry at all there. And, let's just go into that right now. Let's talk about, I don't know if you saw, Chad saw all this stuff either, but I just wanted to kind of express it first.
Okay, to be fair about the whole NA versus EU thing, this is specifically Reddles.
It is, yeah.
This is Reddles about all the shit he talked last week, and then he lost to V1, and then people, I don't remember who it was specifically, I think it was somebody on BDS, I think it was Extra, maybe. But regardless, they were just like, maybe you should be focusing on your own region or something like that. And Reddles used it as like an excuse to be, or an excuse or whatever. Maybe he took a shot as just saying, oh, that just proves how much depth NA actually has. Like just five-heading it, He was just like, well, actually, we lost because all the teams are good at NA. Whereas nobody can beat BDS, so I don't know, he kind of like switched it back on. I was like, well, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, they literally lost. I literally tweeted it saying like, this man has full confidence, like tweeting after that, like straight after the L, just talking about, EU is still worse, even though we lost. He didn't even care.
He tweeted something along the lines of like we dropped the series, like shouldn't have played like EU basically.
Yeah, I can read it right here. His tweet after he loses. Wait, my bad. No, it's the wrong one. Here it is. GG's V1 can't perform like EU and expect to beat NA teams. Lower bracket starts tomorrow.
Yep. So
this is what we were talking about. This is the trash talk we were talking about last week. Like that's exactly what we need to see.
I mean, he's still confident in his trash talk, I guess. Probably took a little bit of a hit, but.
Yeah, so I mean that's basically summarizing it. Reddles, going full haywire mode. Energy SG fell early on in the bracket. Let's talk about what this means for the rest of the tournament, because that means that there's going to be a pretty nutty matchup early on in the playoffs. I think we might play you or
Yeah, so the way Energy and SSG losing affects like us, I guess, as G2, is if we lose our next match, which is versus United, we're in quarters. If we lose versus United, we go straight into NRG, which is for a top 12 spot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
It's not even like a top, yeah. So gotta hope we don't lose. But
it's besides
that, guaranteed in the loser semis, it's either Energy versus SSG, or if we lose, it could be us versus SSG if we beat Energy after that. So it's like guaranteed one team is out before, or I mean, one team is actually going to get top 12, probably, right? Oh, no, no,
One of the top 4?
No, that's not guaranteed. But one should get top 8. Like one of the top 4 is not getting top 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's possible not to.
Yeah.
Because we with two of them in the lower makes it so they can't go through.
Yeah.
Like at least one of us is not gonna make it. So yeah, that I think gives. I forgot which team I was looking at the bracket. I think it was like Rogue actually has like a pretty nice bracket run, all the way to the finals. Like if they make it through. I was looking at it earlier. I don't know if you have it with you right now, but I probably should have pulled it up.
Try to pull it up quick.
Yeah, let me see if I can get the bracket.
Yeah, it's it's Rogue and V1, and then if Rogue wins, then they'll play us if we win. So it's like that grouping is V1 Rogue and then G2 and United. Actually, you know what I think you saw was Envy. Envy has the run.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It is Envy.
Yeah.
Envy has the nice side of the bracket. Yeah, I was looking at. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, Envy side of the bracket is Ghost versus Alpine, and then Envy versus Pittsburgh Knights.
PK,
so.
Wow. Yeah, they got PK, Ghost, Alpine. And then, dude, the top side is so stacked. Because the loser in the losers bracket as well goes to the top side from the NRG and SSG.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god,
kind of unlucky with that one, but
yeah, that's kind of sweaty. Dude, that's nuts. Okay, yeah. So the tournament's gonna be kind of hectic.
I think that's kind of expected though. If you have like, I hate this format. Like, I try not to complain about formats, but this one is so bad in comparison to what the Swiss was. Like, I hate that they actually went away from the Swiss format.
What are the differences so we can tell everyone?
Okay, so I mean, this one specifically is what they did is they found the top 24 teams. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 24 teams, 12 auto
top 24 teams, right? So 24 teams, and they just with seeding, they just put them into a double elimination bracket, and that's the format.
Yeah.
There's
How
no
was
like
seeding determined.
Seeding was determined through
By play-ins?
Yeah, last season's RLCS and last season's grid, or last split. Split's RLCS stuff and last split's grid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we got like 4th seed or something like that. Through that specifically.
Yeah.
So I mean, the seeding. I mean, I guess the seeding doesn't even matter because of what ended up happening this weekend. So.
Yeah, us and SSG both losing on day one is pretty bad. It's not gonna make the tournament too easy for anyone anymore.
Messes the whole flow of the tournament.
Yeah.
And another thing is the Peeps are already out as well.
Are they really?
Yeah, the Peeps lost to Psyonix in the lower bracket, so they're not in it. They got out at like top 20, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
And they were in 6th for point. Oh my bad, they got 13th through 16th. So
yeah, Peeps were like one of the teams I considered to be like a come up team this season. Like them V1 and like
like they would
Rogue.
stick around the top 8.
Yeah, I would think them 3 would kind of be around the top 8, but that's kind of surprising to see them fall so short. But low key, like I'm not gonna lie, the bubble teams that are like in NA, like they're just. I feel like what happens in NA is like we kind of scrim a lot against each other, right? A lot of the top teams scrim against each other, so they kind of learn each other's play styles. I think it's the bubble teams, like not scrimming against them, you don't really know how each person on the team plays because you don't play them too much, and it's just like a complete change of pace from what you're normally used to with RLCS teams, like top RLCS teams. So it kind of throws. I think a lot of people don't respect those teams, and that kind of throws them off guard.
Do you think like just because the lower team I don't even know, do the lower teams like scrim against other lower teams? I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Works like
I'm
that.
not gonna lie, we don't really scrim too many lower teams, and I feel like that's actually why. Like I feel like we do better against teams that we scrim against more because we know how they play. Like, and then against teams that we never scrim, we always feel super uncomfortable. And like even though it should be the same for both, but I feel like we rely on that a lot, especially because you just gotta learn people's play styles in the scene.
No, I feel like that's a pretty common thing.
Yeah, I think everyone would struggle with that. I think bubble players are kind of also playing without anything to lose. There's no pressure on their back.
Well, right, yeah, it's always up to the big teams, right, to like kind of hold their own and keep on proving that they like belong at like where everyone holds them to, right? Like you're talking about like top 4 teams, right? these guys have everything on the line, right?
Literally,
Like a
yeah.
team like Psyonix, for example, man, like they're not regarded as one of the top teams in NA. Like people aren't really gonna pull for them when they go up against these bigger name teams that are way more established and that have like better results. That's what makes it like the upset, right? Like that's why it's an upset because
Yeah.
like no one expects it. No one's actually pulling for it. And then yeah, you guys too talking about like not actually scrimming these guys or getting any experience against them. It leaves that margin for the unpredictability and yeah, like you said, like they got nothing to lose. They can only
Yeah.
prove themselves in that match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I mean, you nailed it. Straight up, just nothing to lose. I feel like it's so much
Mhm.
easier to just play like that in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm
100%.
expected to lose. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, you just go and not caring. It's such a different mentality, and like a mentality in Rocket League is huge because the game, like, it's not like League or like CS where there's strats like you set up like smokes before or something, or in League everyone tries to rotate and push a minion wave at a certain time, and then with the minion wave going in a direction, you group up and stuff. It's not like that. In Rocket League is just proactive, constant, just having to read your opponents and full speed gameplay, and like you can't really set up strats. So if you're just like pure confidence, not thinking about anything as like a bubble team, you probably can do pretty well in these tournaments.
I feel like that's almost the next step in like the highest level of Rocket League is actually having these kind of strats, right? Like the teams so well or the players so well on the opposing teams that you kind of alter the play style, right? You get players that play a lot together, right? You guys build your team chemistry, everyone's mechanically sound. And then like I feel like that's kind of the next step as far as the skill ceiling is now it's based on who you're playing, right? You alter your play style a little bit, you tweak things here and there. And I think it's already a thing, right? Like I think it's already something that happens. Like this team when they get squeezed in the corners, right? Like they do something, right? They react a certain way and they're consistent with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you
think
learn
that's
tendencies quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
tendencies.
And I think that's what's really going to set teams apart going forward in Rocket League. Because I mean, it's not like the mechanical skill ceiling can go like that much higher. I think it, obviously it can go higher, but I don't think it's going to be so significant. I think it's going to be more so coming down to like not I don't want to say game sense, but sort of
It kind of is
strategy,
game
right?
sense. Yeah, game sense pretty much just summarizes it.
And altering yourself like based on who you're playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean mechanically the game has it kind of skyrocketed pretty hard once like flip resets were added in and like everything kind of that patch changed a lot of mechanical stuff. It made so much more things available to everyone's cars and the ceiling is kind of getting closer and closer. I think though like now it's just like pure now it's like who the best is determined by pure speed and like not making a mistake while you're going pure speed and at the same time being able to know where everyone is in the field. Like that's what the game comes down to.
Sounds like you just named just about everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, kind of, but like, you can't be going like I remember back in the day, like when I'm talking about, like, remember when Chow Sat was popping off in the Fennec? That was, I feel like that was before people learn how to challenge, right? Nowadays, you literally could never do that. You could never do what Chow Sat did when the Fennec came out because everyone nowadays,
like 2018 or something.
Yeah, no one knew how to challenge, and like people would play slower on purpose. Like now, it's like you have to be able to keep up in speed, otherwise you're gonna get completely dusted by everyone. Like that's what it usually feels like nowadays.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't just dribble everyone anymore, like the old days.
Well, I mean, I think, speed, obviously, right? Like, you play a fast team, like, you got to play fast. But what I like seeing, and I noticed, I think it was NRG, actually. I think it was you guys. I forget who you guys were playing, but they were speedy. And I feel like NRG wasn't really ready for that speed necessarily. Like, it seemed like you guys were waking up still a little bit, but, like, once you guys started banging, right? I noticed you would then bring the tempo of the game down a little bit, right? Because these guys were beating you just off speed, right? They were zooming around, like beating everybody to the ball. And then you guys kind of like brought the tempo back in your favor. Like I think controlling the game and like you can control because it's not necessarily just about being the fastest. You can control the tempo of the game, and that's like kind of how you can throw another team off. And I noticed, I think it was NRG, and I don't remember who you guys were playing, unfortunately, but you guys, I remember seeing you guys like slow down a little bit, and it really like it messed up their rotations. It just messed with their whole game basically.
Yeah. We usually do that sometimes whenever we're like struggling to find any opportunities. Like we'll literally just like dribble and 50 and play control. And then like when we find opportunities to challenge, like that's when we kind of go full speed. It's kind of not like full speed 24/7, I guess in Rocket League. It's more like bursts of acceleration, like when you need to. But it's like you have to be fast when you're doing that, and you got to commit.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teams do that as well.
Yeah.
Where like if they're not finding the opportunity, they kind of slow down because either one, they don't know what to do, or they're doing it like on purpose. They're just like, fuck, I'm getting beat to every ball. I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
Stuff like that, or they actually slow it down on purpose and play more methodical.
So, I mean, outside of, energy and SSG falling to lowers and all that stuff, there was some Reddit drama.
Some big news this week. Some big news.
some Reddit
crazy
drama.
Oh, man.
And, I feel like we should kind of go over the Reddit drama because I think it's kind of fun. I think reading Reddit comments always gives me a good little chuckle. I think Rizzo probably let's first talk about the Reddit post that was brought up about us last week when we discussed EU.
Okay.
Let's go from there, and then we'll switch over to the Reddit post talking about the elution rule thing. So last week they posted about us on Reddit, and there was some controversy over our take on the NA versus EU. And we were all kind of put on blast, like, oh, these guys don't know anything about EU. And it was kind of funny reading the comments because it's like we claim in the video and in the clip where it's like we don't watch EU, and then we give our comments right after saying like EU's trash, which was kind of funny.
That was you. That was you.
Wait, you said it too.
I did not say EU's trash. I would never say EU's trash. That is quote word for word what you would say.
Oh, come on. Okay, listen.
But like, you literally say, I don't watch EU, but EU's trash.
Listen. I said that, but you said before you didn't say EU's trash specifically, but you were just like laughing in the sense that you knew EU is trash, but you didn't want to say it. That's what you did. So now you're trying to get out of it because you were just like, sitting there like at EU. You didn't want to say anything about it. Anyway,
yeah, sure.
Wait, I didn't even see this Reddit thread. Wait, were they talking bad about me, bro? Do I need to like?
No, because it was mainly just Sizz saying his stuff, and then
I feel like I was respectful of every region.
I chimed in.
Listen,
well, it was like
should I play the clip?
30-second, 45. Do you have it quick?
I can get it really fast. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on here. There we go. Okay. Sizz and Rizzo on the NA versus EU controversy. I'll pull this up on the... Or can I even pull this up on the screen? I'll just play the audio because you guys don't need to see our faces.
Yeah.
Okay, here. There's been some drama going around lately in the scene. If you have been following up on Twitter and such, you would have seen it by now. If not, we'll give you guys a little lowdown. Rizzo, you want to go ahead and go through the tweets for everyone? Just to start it off.
Yeah, I can give the quick rundown real quick.
Yeah.
We got Reynolds. What? We got Reynolds, who is an NA player for SSG.
Oh, is it
playing? Who does not
it's
know.
playing. I was just going through.
Yeah, he's crying, laughing in this. And
wait, just to give even more background info, Reynolds has been known as like a kind of toxic play, not like toxic, but he'll banter. He's not really afraid to banter.
Yeah, he trash talks quite a bit. That's good. Then there's a tweet at Johnny Boy, like within the same thread. He says, "Johnny Boy, I beg you to run a best of 7 with alternating servers." So
where's the part where we talk about? I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
NA grinding really peak.
Kind of go through and give our own. Okay, here I found the part.
I just fall asleep every time I try to watch.
Yeah. You literally just said I fall asleep every time I try to watch EU.
Nah, bro, but that's just true. That's not like.
Hold on.
He's trash, but legit, anytime I try to watch the region, I just fall asleep. That's not like. I'm not saying they're bad. I just think their gameplay's boring.
His opinion. I
have nobody to root for either. That's another thing.
This guy Rizzo literally says, "I don't follow you either, but when I do, I fall asleep watching their game." All right, well that summarizes that. Listen, we're done with that. Move on. Let's go to the next topic. All right. Anyway, and it's still better than EU. So Aleutian, there was some great. Let's have Rizzo discuss this because I know Rizzo is itching to talk about this.
All right. Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this one.
I mean, I think
this is my topic.
me and Rizzo talked about this a little bit when we were doing the co-stream thing.
Yeah, we mentioned it a little bit. All right, so this is what happens. I don't even remember who's verse now. I'm actually thinking about it. But anyway, Peeps were versus some team. Not sure who it was. But Illusion was in a rule 1, 2, whatever you think it is. Doesn't matter. Illusion was in the rule 1 where the cars are gridlocked together. They can't move. You know, you don't break it because it's the rules or whatever.
It's
and
the rule,
ball,
dude.
The ball comes rolling to him, and he breaks it, and he saves the ball. Now, keep in mind, nobody would ever think to do this in a $1 million tournament. World's qualification on the line. Nobody would be so stupid as to break this rule for $1 million, right?
Never, dude. Why would you do that?
So obviously, what is it? Like RLCS points on the line, land qualification, millions of dollars, prize pool. Hey, these guys specifically actually don't have an org either. So, they might want an org to sign them. So he broke it, the Unforsaken rule. And Reddit. Wait, let me rephrase.
You said Reddit so sassy, like Reddit.
and let me rephrase. Some people on Reddit were not a fan of this. Obviously, most people do not give a shit. Most people do not care. But some people, they were pretty mad.
Some people.
What should I read? Should I read some of these?
I thought you were gonna do. I was waiting for you to read it.
Yeah,
read
I
them out. Read them out.
Okay.
Yeah, no, read them out.
One person on Reddit. You're right. The reaction to the gridlock.
Okay, yeah.
It's hilarious, first off, but personally, either commit to it or don't. No shame either way. I understand why people don't care. It is RLCS, and they scored. However, I do view it as poor sportsmanship. So it's poor sportsmanship that he wants to win in this tournament. Okay. We're going to go down to the next one. It's the, quote, bump the gloves of Rocket League, or RL. If you're not going to commit, then just don't. But breaking it to save a goal is shameful. Saving a goal is shameful in RLCS. Oh, man. You have your opponent unable to make a play for this team based on a gentleman's agreement, while you do make the play when your team needs you. That's just unfair. Follow it through or break it as soon as you're locked in. Man, spitting facts. Can't deny that.
True. Should have broke it as soon as it locked in. That is a fact. I will agree with that. Rule 1's a joke.
I mean, it is.
It is.
But regardless, last one. I think it's a bit scummy. I have no problem with breaking Rule 1 in a professional setting, but if you handshake it initially and then break it, it's kind of deceiving your opponent.
That's like, dude, the only thing you could say to that is like, dude, that's like saying you're not allowed to fake in Rocket League. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
You're deceiving. Well, yeah, you're deceiving. That's so mean.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
would you deceive your opponents?
Why would you deceive your opponents, dude?
Let me just share my take on this. Again, obviously, this is not everybody on the subreddit. This is a select few people that were handpicked. Actually, no, I will give credit to Nose Dude because he screenshotted this and I stole it from him. But Nose Dude got the screenshot and I'm reading it now. But dude, it is LAN qualification. These guys want an org. These guys don't have an org, so they need the money for winning a game. And then let's not even forget to mention LAN qualification has the money there as well. Million. I don't know how much you can win from LAN. Like 300,000 or something. I think if you win the LAN final event or some shit like that. It's a lot. It is a lot. So like, how are you even thinking that this is deceiving your opponents? Do you want to win? Why would they not want to win? Why would you not make the play when your team needs you? What is the bump the gloves of Rocket League? What does that even mean?
It's a gentleman's agreement, dude. What do you mean?
When I see stuff like this, it just blows my mind that like games
they exist.
I don't go outside. Take a step back, go outside, go for a walk or something. I feel like I have to say it because, like, dude, gain some perspective on what's going on in this entire tournament, man.
And like these people have no idea like what's going on, like in those teams' heads, right? Like, and we all know, like these people clearly don't, but we all know that anyone that actually locks into that and commits to that, they're waiting to get out and make the save. There's no gentleman's agreement. They're like, as long as this isn't hurting us,
Some
I'm not,
people
like,
some
I'm
people
fine
will
with
fully
this.
lock if it's like middle of the field. Yeah, some people will just fully lock and they'll say
Yeah.
it's a 2v2, go for it. But like Illusion was legit in front of his net and the ball came rolling to him. If he
Right
did not
at
break
him.
that, my mind would have been so blown that Illusion did not
no,
break
like
that.
no shot. You know, as soon
Yeah.
as it becomes a disadvantage for your team, you are breaking it and like making the play. And I think probably any player on any of these top teams could agree to that.
If
Dude,
it was like
you
the
better
grid,
save that,
probably not.
100%.
Yeah, like,
you
you're
bet. If
not,
it's like
like,
the
yeah.
grid or something smaller,
Yeah.
small tournament. If it's RLCS, dude, I 100% expect you to
100%.
Yeah, dude. This is the big tourney, man. Like this is where the money's made. This is where careers are made. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean he's locked by his net. There's no reason he shouldn't. Like people will do that and they'll lock away from the net and it's like fine for both teams. 'Cause then it's just a 2v2. But like he's literally like planted right in front of his net. It's literally a disgrace if he doesn't save that. It'd be unsportsmanlike if he didn't save it because that's just stupid.
Yeah, I
He's
think
just
actually,
throwing.
I think he's in the situation where he loses either way. Now that
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it,
Literally.
because if he doesn't break it, they're like, oh my god, why would he not save that? And then obviously, if he does, he's gonna get stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like some people would be like, "Oh, respect." Shut the fuck up, dude. There's no respect. It's just stupid. You shouldn't do that. You should 100% break that. Rule 1's a dumb rule. It shouldn't even be a rule. People should be able to break it all the time, and no one should even react to people breaking it because it's a stupid rule.
Yeah, I don't like. I sometimes do it in ranked. Sometimes.
Yeah, I'll
very
do it when I
occasionally.
don't feel like playing the game. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. When I
That's
don't
when I
feel
do it.
I'm just like, oh, whatever. I'll put the controller down. I just
Yeah.
do it too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of nice actually. It's kind of nice because then you can
Yeah, it's not
AFK. You
too
don't have to
bad.
play. Yeah, and
But
then if you
somebody
lose, you can't
if
blame
somebody
me.
doesn't want to do it, I don't understand. So many people freak out when somebody breaks it. Like, oh my god, what? No respect.
Ridiculous,
So like
dude.
they just go crazy. Like Twitch, if you see like on imagine Squishy's stream, he's just streaming, he's playing, somebody locks them and he breaks it. That what? No.
What?
Squishy? Why?
Squishy, I hate you now.
Unsub. See you later.
Unsubbed. I can't believe you do this. It's like. Dude probably just wants to play the game. His queue time was like 5 minutes, man. Just
Yeah.
let him have this.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of summarizes the Reddit drama. Shout out Reddit for always keeping us entertained and giving us a good laugh every now and then. No matter how dumb you guys are, we'll always love you. So, next
Some
up.
of don't say all of them. Say some of them.
Yeah.
not
I mean,
everybody,
there's
not
always some
everybody.
bad apples. You even the
Always
bad
some bad
apples.
apples.
Even the bad apples are lovable. They give us.
Yeah, exactly. They give us the content.
Yeah, I mean, there wouldn't be a reason for a downvote if there weren't some bad apples. Okay.
True.
So, next up on the Bizz is the other Rocket League regions. And I kind of brought this up because I kept every time I'm on Twitter, every time I brought them through, I'll see Ahmed tweet, I'll see Senzo, I'll see any of those tweets, and it's always them not being able to. And for anyone who doesn't know, if you guys don't know Ahmed and Senzo and stuff, they are some of the top players in the Middle Eastern scene of Rocket League, and they always tweet out how they're always getting flamed, they're always getting roasted for not being in RLCS, not having an opportunity to be in RLCS. Always complaining, always trying to reach out to Psyonix to try to get any info on whether or not they're even going to have an RLCS career. And I kind of wanted to bring this up because I think this is a pretty important topic for Rocket League and just for even any game in general, just having wildcard regions and having other regions that aren't the main regions. The Middle East is left out in Rocket League. SAM and OCE are comparable regions to the Middle East, and they are not left out in Rocket League. And so I think we're just going to go over all this right now and just kind of discuss what we think about it. So first of all, just to give some info on it, Senzo tweeted out a long time ago, I'd say maybe 6 months ago, to adding Epic Games and RL Esports. He said, "Dear Epic Games, dear RL Esports, I have no idea how many times all we're asking for is a reason for those 5 years. I need to know if we'll ever be able to allow to participate. If we will ever be able." Wait, hold on. If we'll ever be allowed to participate, I can't spend another half a decade hoping and consider quitting. No, there's a region waiting. Middle Eastern community. So he's basically adding them saying, listen, guys, we've spent 5 years trying to play this game professionally. We've been holding on. We've been playing on high ping servers onto Europe. We're a region with talent, and we're looking to expand. We're looking to participate in the main events, and we can't because we need your support, and that's what they're saying. And so other regions that compare to them, SAM and OCE, are regions that Psyonix has indeed focused on. And so for OCE, for example, they have 32 teams in a double elim bracket for this season for their regional. I just got this off Wikipedia. So OCE format is 32 teams double elim into a 16-team Swiss into a top 4 double elim. SAM
That seems
is
so unnecessarily like
long.
there's like so much to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems pretty long for a region that we don't even hear too much about. We don't even know. I can't even list out. No, I actually don't think I can list out maybe 6 teams in OCE realistically, and there's 32 in this.
I honestly cannot tell you a single 3-man roster from OC because they swap like a lot after every season, but I don't know a single 3-man team from OC.
I probably
But
can't
also-
name the teams. I can name the
like-
orgs.
I feel like that's just my incompetence, just me saying that. But like I don't watch it also because I'm pretty sure it's on like super late at night or something, early morning, something like that.
Yeah, no, the time
I
zone's
don't know.
horrible.
I don't know how that time zone works. It's
Yeah.
something way off the deep end. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, the time zone for OCE is pretty bad. It is. I literally never see them online except for like 9 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
And so the SAM format, so OCE is 32 teams into a 16-team Swiss into top 4 double elim. SAM format is 16 teams. No one gets eliminated into a top 8 single elim.
Wait,
Or
how does
sorry, what am I
nobody
saying?
get
What am I saying? Sorry. 16 teams. I think double elim. I actually don't know if it was Swiss or double elim into top 8 single elim. And the reason I put these here is because OCE can get 32 teams, SAM can get 16 teams, and Middle East can't even get. They won't even let one team compete. So, in other games that I know I'm familiar of, there's like League of Legends where they have wildcard regions where they have like 3 teams or 4 teams come from that region to come to Worlds, and every region is able to participate at least somewhat. So I'm really surprised. If they're gonna include the Middle East, maybe they should even expand to Japan. They should include other regions as well. I don't see a reason not to. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to. I know the Japan scene is huge, so I'm guessing all of Asia probably is pretty big as well. But Sam and OCE have RLCS. Middle East, Asia don't. I think they probably should, considering how much wasted talent there is. I forgot. I don't know if Chad knows. Wasn't there like a CS:GO team that did really well, Chad? That from like a wild card region.
Yeah,
made
I
it
think
through?
there was an Asian team that kind of popped off in Counter Strike.
Wasn't Tai Lu?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think that was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
how do you?
Damn,
Man,
watch
I
out.
can't believe you
Big
remembered
brain,
that.
dude.
Wow. How'd you
Are
remember
they,
that?
are they
one?
still around?
I'm not sure. I don't follow Counter Strike too much anymore, but I wonder what is keeping them from expanding to these regions. It has to be some sort of legal issue, right? Like why
That's the
would
only
they
thing I
not?
can imagine. Yeah.
Maybe like they can't find TOs, like tournament organizers, right, to run these things, or like maybe there's not enough of a grassroots like community there that can help, like, because Psyonix will work with like whoever's local to then establish these sort of communities and run the tournaments, right? So there has to be some sort of like legal barrier, I'm assuming, that, or like hoops that it's just a little too hard for them to jump through. Do you guys know why they wouldn't have tournaments or
I feel
something
like
for these regions?
I feel like it could be that, like some sort of legal issue, but I think just the main problem is that these people have been playing for like 5 years thinking like I don't even know how long it could be. Probably like season, I don't know. When did they add Sam? Probably like season 4 or 5, maybe like 6, 5 or 6, something like that. And then like Emmy's like, oh, we're next. Season 5 goes by, then 6, 7, 8. Like it just keeps going. They're just like they don't hear anything and nothing at all, and they don't know. They don't even know like exactly what Senzo's tweet said. He doesn't even know if it's worth it for him to sit there and like keep playing the game because he doesn't know if he's gonna have a chance to even like qualify for Worlds or if his region's gonna have any sort of like esports scene. So he's sitting there and he feels like he's just wasting his time. And this isn't just Senzo. Like I'm sure majority of the region, at least the very high level players, are going to feel this way as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've seen all their tweets all over Twitter. People retweet them all the time. Even NA pros, EU pros, we all retweet it. We try to get them some support. They're a region with a lot of just wasted talent, it feels like. Like to me, it feels like there's like Euro League for basketball. Like if you follow the NBA, there's like a Euro League, and it feels like this is like a Euro League that we don't even know anything about. And like they're just like a bunch of talent sitting there waiting to be like shown to the world. And like we've already seen like highlights of it and glimpses of it from like Khaled and Senzo and Ahmed, all these 1v1 tourneys that Johnny's been hosting and such, and Salt Mine, all that. So we've seen glimpses of it. We've seen SRG play. We've seen I think the whole region. There actually is like some depth to the region too. Like I know there's like a top like 2 like main teams, but like there is depth to the region. I mean, that otherwise there wouldn't even be like same with OCE. There has to be some depth because there wouldn't be 32 teams able to compete without some depth to the region.
Yeah, 32 teams for OCE seems like a lot. So
Yeah.
like, because I don't watch the region, but regardless, I always feel like I constantly hear about the same 2-3 teams. Again, I'm not really sure who's on those teams, but I do hear about the teams themselves. But 32 teams seems like a lot for OCE.
Yeah, 32.
Like
for OCE.
I didn't even know there was that many players. Like
I didn't either. And it's funny because it's like a different format. It's different. It's different format than NA.
So how many teams go to Worlds then from OCE?
We don't know yet because they haven't announced anything, but people are guessing 2, I think.
Because it used to be 2. Is it they haven't like it's still 2?
Right. I think people are assuming it's
it can't be more than 4.
It's 6 NA and EU, and then OC and SAM are getting 2, so it'd be 16.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
Dude,
yeah,
yeah.
2
that's
teams
a big,
from 32.
That's a big tournament for 2 teams.
Yeah.
To go through, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, right? And it's like that. That's their whole split. Is just like that. It's weird because like NA to give a reference, NA is a 32 team double elim into a 16 team Swiss, I think, and then a top 8 single elim. But theirs is a 32 team double elim, 16 team Swiss, and then top 4 double elim. Theirs is double elim for their top 4.
No, ours is the 24 team double elim bracket. That's it. Right?
I think I'm looking at last season's.
You're probably looking at our last split.
This is last splits.
Yeah, so ours is just a
splits.
24 team double elim. Theirs
Wait,
goes
so
into...
did theirs change this split? Because I think I got this in from last split then.
Well, regardless.
Let me make sure. Overview. This is winter overview. 32 teams, 16 team Swiss, single elim, 8 teams. Yeah, it's the same this season.
So theirs does do that.
Theirs was the same as last season. Yeah, theirs does that.
Okay. Yeah, that seems so like unnecessarily confusing. Maybe they don't stream every game, so they're fine to do like they probably don't stream every game, so they're fine to do like more formats and stuff and make sure the higher better team it goes through. But regardless, something I did want to bring up about the Middle East scene as well is they've had some tournaments like in the past, and I'm looking at like the SRG. Sandrock Gaming is the team of Senzo, Ahmad, and O'Khaled. And I'm looking at some of their winnings, and they played in like the kickoff, which was in July, and so they ended up winning like $9,000 from this. But there's other teams in here as well that like could be very good as well. Like there is more depth to the region than just this one team, which again I just don't understand.
Just SRG,
yeah. And then also some people had mentioned before about why don't SRG just move to EU, like just move for it. and like they have the org, and I'm pretty sure they have like a dude who is legit willing to do that. One of them tweeted about this. I don't know if it was Khaled, Ahmad, Senzo. One of them said like, oh yeah, we could do this, but I don't want to abandon my studies for like a pipe dream, essentially.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So again, it goes back to like they don't really know. Like they could go to EU and like try to qualify, but it's the unknown. Like that's pretty scary, just moving to EU to try to qualify. But regardless, like if Emmy had a scene, they don't have to worry about this. So.
And like I don't know if this is like a hot take, but it's kind of hard to like complain about you putting in all these hours and grinding for years to like become a professional Rocket League player when the support's not there, but then also saying that you're not willing to like move to pursue that dream. It's kind of hard to complain about it, like, oh, like you guys won't support this region, whatever. But like if you could make the jump, like if you have that support, you have that infrastructure set, like make the jump for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like go for it. If you really believe in it, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, like can you not just bring this to me? But I could see both sides of it. You know what I mean?
Hold on. I think Let me look at their age real quick.
Oh, the SRG. I think they're
Yeah,
all of age.
Khaled is 17. Khaled is 17. And I'm pretty sure when I saw this tweet, it was a few months ago, so they could have been even younger at this point.
Ahmed is 18. Ahmed's 18.
Ahmed is 18. Senzo is 19, and Khaled is 17. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you're like that young. I feel like it's a little bit different.
It is pretty
instead
difficult
of trying to make that jump. Regardless, like maybe if they were of age and they had that support, like they had a team house, you might as well take a go at it. Take a swing at it. I don't see a.
But like
huge
also
problem with that.
anticipating that things are gonna change in your favor and like putting in all this work like before that happens. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not saying they're wrong, like by any means. Am I saying that they're in the wrong? Like I think these regions should be supported. I think if you're having worlds and things like that, you should include the world. I think every region should have a chance.
Yeah.
And it's not, these guys are young. It's not that simple. You can't just pick up your life, move somewhere for something that's not guaranteed, not secure, right? But I could see kind of both sides of this. I think it's complex, but I'm more so interested into why Psyonix hasn't expanded to these regions, you know?
I feel like it's not that hard to like for League of Legends. I remember when they introduced wildcard regions like Brazil and stuff, everyone was like, "Oh, this is a joke. Like it's a waste of time." And then those regions came to Worlds and they decimated NA and League of Legends, and everyone was like, "Oh, never mind. These wildcard regions are actually good."
NA is the wildcard region.
NA is literally Garbo in EU. In EU and League of Legends. Everyone thinks it's a joke. So.
Yeah.
Like I think ME could be a really good region, a contestant. Like I remember Brazil and CS:GO just took over CS:GO out of nowhere. Like I feel like ME could do that if they wanted to in Rocket League.
Probably
they really could be that good, and we'll never know because it all depends on how you play on a LAN, how you play on low ping. These guys are playing on 100+ ping against EU teams for no prize money for practice because they don't get any opportunity to play in their region.
Yeah, I think a lot of it. Oh, you go.
I think they probably, going back to what Chad said, I think they probably could move over if they want to give it more of like a realistic chance. I think they're good enough to move over and do well in EU. I don't think that they'll like do bad, but it's like, why are you gonna force yourself to compete in an already competitive region when they could just open your region up and allow you to participate at least as a wild card to let the world show, let the world see what you can show.
Yeah. And I think I don't know why I said that, but I think for like Epic or Psyonix or whatever, it literally all comes down to money or like the return on their investment or something like that. It could not even be like a legality thing, where they're just like, you know what, like there's not like this big ME fan base, so we don't think we're going to get a lot of money back, and it's just going to be a money sink. They could think that as well.
Right.
I mean, that'd be a fair assumption. I think they I don't think the return would be that much. I just feel it's more of like a fairness thing from Psyonix. Like, should they include this region if other regions are included?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like Psyonix isn't making like a crazy amount off of OCE or SAM, so I feel like there's not really a reason that they can't include ME, and there's no way they don't have like excess money from Epic Games coming in and joining.
Oh
them,
yeah, from some Fortnite skins.
Yeah, I feel like you literally could just put up a new Fortnite skin that could pay for the entirety of the ME region.
That new Lachlan skin just came out, so I'm sure they have enough to fund the ME.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout out Lachlan.
Straight up, bro. Take one skin from Fortnite, let it sell, and then fund ME. Like, just I feel like they have the resources for it. And maybe they'll lose a little bit,
more.
but I think it'd be fair to allow that region to play, knowing that they're just sitting there waiting.
I mean, maybe it's up to these regions too, like to take the initiative, right? Because we had it like we'd start off with North America and Europe, right? And then like South America was like, hey, we have all these really great players, like you should support our region. And I believe they started running tournaments. I know OCE did. Like they started running their own tournaments. They started organizing. They and like it happened in NA too. You know, like when the game first came out, people started developing these competitive like esport based communities, and then it's easy for Psyonix to tap into that, right? So maybe they just need to hustle a little bit more on their end as far as organization, running things, and just getting that community actually started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks like SRG, they're playing in basically one tournament a month. They're mainly winning. They're mainly winning them.
And like I don't know if these
But that's all they have.
these regions that aren't included by Psyonix and Epic, right? I don't know if they're I don't know their scene at all, right? I have no information on that.
Yeah.
They could be doing this already, right? They could be taking the steps, but then that brings me back to like, why is this not supported, right?
Yeah. What's interesting that I actually just saw Johnny Boy type in chat was he said that OCE and SAM regionals aren't even Sonic supported. They're run by tournament organizers.
Right.
Which is
okay.
I actually never.
So
knew
are
that.
they just funded by Psyonix then? They're just, they just throw a little bit of money. That makes sense then.
I'm guessing
if
they're
ME
funded.
does not have like a broadcasting team or like just like a weekly tournament that's run over there, because we had like NA had like rival,
Yeah,
what
we
EU
did have
had,
Rival.
and NA and EU had like
and
rival,
Astro and stuff, random
Astro
shit
stuff like that, and then Sam had Rocket Street, OCE had like I don't know, I don't watch. but Sam had like Rocket Street, OCE had something, I know for sure. They actually had like a scene, so maybe that's what they're actually waiting on. Is just they don't want to do the whole region themselves. That maybe they don't have that much. They probably have the money, but they don't have the workforce, or they don't want to hire a bunch of people just to do this specifically.
Yeah.
Create like the infrastructure of creating an entire scene for ME.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
I mean, that does seem pretty difficult in hindsight, making the whole scene, finding tournament organizers and everything. But I feel like Psyonix and Epic Games have the money and have the power to do so. So,
and
I
they
guess
don't even have
at
to
the
go
end of the day,
all
it's
in
on them.
necessarily, like off rip,
Yeah,
right? Like
you're
just
right.
get a couple wild card slots for those regions. Have like somewhat of a smaller tournament with play-ins for that tournament, right?
Mhm.
Like have people do the whole like weekend tournament where they're playing a bunch of games all day, and then take those top teams, do a smaller tournament, and then give away a wild card spot to a couple of these regions.
Yeah.
And then like if they see a lot of growth, if they see a lot of support from these regions and in these wild card spots, they don't necessarily have to do well, but if they then in turn do well in worlds, like it can be an avenue for them to capitalize on.
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't at least try it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think we've even seen other esports that's worked all the time. You know, they bring in a new region. The region will do decent, and then they'll develop a scene off of the region, at least showing up at Worlds. So, you know, I like to see ME involved in Rocket League more. You know, even Asia as well. You know, I mean, it is called Worlds, RLCS Worlds for a reason. I think we should have all the regions involved, no matter what scene it is. There's talent everywhere, so. Rocket is a game that's going to grow a lot in the future, and there's going to be a lot more players coming in soon, especially because of free to play. So I think we should see a scene everywhere eventually, and there should be a wildcard tournament.
Hopefully, the dream.
Yeah,
You guys should be a little scared, bro. If that Asian inclusion, if we learn anything from StarCraft,
or
that
League,
APM's
dude.
going up, bro. You guys
The
might have a
APM.
job, bro.
Good
I don't
luck.
know.
You're about to get microed out of your mind from
Might
some
be
StarCraft
some sleeper
players.
teams over there, man. You never
Facts.
know.
24-year-old Riz ain't gonna be able to keep up with them youngins.
That micromanagement from the StarCraft players, bro, it's too much to handle.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that kind of covers the whole you know, other Rocket League regions. You know, we hope that somehow we can get other regions involved. It'd be pretty cool to see. But yeah, good luck to ME. I hope to see you guys and Asia in RLCS soon. Hopefully Psyonix would has something in mind coming soon to get you guys involved, and you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
The next-
And you know, before you go on, one little small thing is maybe free to play boosted the player base for these regions, so it's more enticing for them too.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
a little small thing I thought of, but regardless, we
Yeah,
can
for
move on.
sure.
Yeah, 100%. Free to play had to have boosted it somewhat. The last topic for today is youth in esports and Twitch/YouTube, you know, whatever it is. You know, young people. I remember when I first came into, you know, the YouTube scene, everything, even back in the old days, like before Rocket League, when I was on Call of Duty trick shotting and stuff. It's just, you know, when you're younger, you know, it's weird getting involved in this stuff early, and it's like a whole new scene that you're not used to. So how do you transition from being you know, a young high schooler who doesn't know anything about, you know, the esports scene and you know, YouTube, and then all of a sudden, you know, maybe you have something pop off, a viral video, or you start being really good at the game, and all of a sudden now you're involved in esports. How do you transition from high school over to esports and you know, getting involved in the world?
Wait, what?
I
You actually
mean,
just overcomplicated that so much.
yeah, a little bit.
Oh, the youth and esport overcomplicated. No, it's not that overcomplicated, bro. Don't worry
We're
about it.
talking about someone that falls into a position where they see a lot of success or a lot of popularity in whatever niche area they're kind of into, right? We're talking about someone who kind of explodes and has a ton of attention, a ton of money, something like that, and they're still a kid, right? They're still 16, 17 years old, right?
Yeah. So I think somebody that's not in the Rocket League scene that could be like a great example. This is probably like Booga or however you say that guy's name from Fortnite. He
Yeah,
won
Booga.
the World Cup, right?
Yeah, $3 million World
Correct.
Cup.
$3 million. Okay, I didn't know if it was called the World Cup, but he won the $3 million World Cup. So being in that position where you're sitting there, you're playing Fortnite every day. I think he was signed to an org at this time, and then you just go to this event and you win the whole thing, $3 million in your pocket, and you're like world renowned on Twitch, not world renowned, but Twitch renowned. Like everybody knows you on Twitch now. At least in Fortnite, everybody knows you, and you have so much attention coming your way at this point. I was mainly thinking about like what kind of effects this might have on a person, and this is something you see with like celebrities as well. And I don't know if it's
Right.
like I don't know if it's stretching with like a comparison, but Justin Bieber might be one of those people.
Okay, but like, hold on. How are you comparing this? Are you saying like Booga's gonna turn into like a tattooed, like
No,
just
no,
goes
no,
around
no.
just
I'm
smashing
not
everyone?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is some of these people, they just get thrown into this situation, and it's very odd to them because they're still 15 years old or whatever. They're still growing up, and you might need to, for a lot of them, they might need to feel like they're a role model to other people, or you become a role model to other people, but you're still 15 yourself and you're still looking up
Yeah,
to other people. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think like this situation is becoming more and more prevalent in our industry, right? I feel like it comes down to the family, right? The family behind the kid and the people they're surrounding themselves with. I think it's up to them to sort of guide these kids and keep them grounded to an extent. I mean, you just don't have the decision making capabilities of an adult. You're just at that age, you're not fully developed. Like your brain is still developing.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it depends on like how that goes. Depends on a lot about the environment they're in and the people they're surrounding themselves with, and if they're not necessarily surrounding themselves with the best people, right? It can go kind of bad, and I can't like the pressure that comes with that is something that they're not equipped to handle yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's definitely it's definitely an interesting topic. Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got to say on that.
Okay,
It's scary.
maybe,
It's
do you have
gotta be
something, Sis?
scary to be in that position.
I mean, I just want to say like you're kind of thrown into the lions den early, like even I'm not gonna say I'm not like Booga level or anything, but I'm just saying like when I first started streaming and everything, right? Like, you see comments of people saying like they wait for your streams like to start, they wait to watch you. People that constantly come back and like they're just like constantly looking for your streams for entertainment and something to come back to daily, right? It's like a safe haven for them. At that age, at 15, like I feel like you don't even understand that. That's not even a thing. Like I never like even like this week, I barely streamed this week. I streamed for like I streamed literally the last 2 hours is when I streamed this whole week. And this whole week of streaming every day, I would literally sit here and I would like think about starting my stream and I just wouldn't. And then I would be like, damn, dude, I feel bad for anyone that's waiting for me to start streaming because I'm just not streaming. And at that age, imagine being him, and he has so many little kids looking up to him, so many little kids waiting to watch him, and you're just like trying to come out and produce content and be a good player at your game, and it's so hard to do at that age constantly without having pressure on your back. So this is something that I kind of learned later, right? Like even this week, I'm 23 years old, 24 now, and I'm still like, damn, I feel bad for not streaming this week. And that's like something small as a role model. He's someone that won $3 million in the biggest game in the world right now. So it's insane to compare the two.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even specifically about Booga himself. I just feel like he was a really good example, and this could
He's
be
a solid example.
Yeah.
this could be just about anybody. Like if we can think of somebody in Rocket League, maybe like Squishy or something. I just say Squishy or even like Musty.
Even Musty.
Because
Musty's a good example.
How old is Squishy? He's like 19, 20? 20?
Musty's
No, Squishy.
Squishy's 19, I think.
19. Right,
Yeah,
so
I'll
that's
double
still
check.
pretty young, and like I'm sure he understands because Squishy is pretty mature. And I'm sure Musty understands too. But I feel like you get thrown into this position where you're just like, okay, Musty didn't really stream that much. But he did YouTube, and it's kind of like this position where, okay, these people rely on me to keep uploading videos or to keep streaming, and like you said, it's like a safe haven for a lot of them. And it's just I don't know how to, I feel like I don't know how to explain it.
It is something hard
way.
to explain. It's like touchy. It's like a weird subject
Yeah.
because it involves like the viewers and you like being able to work together to like produce good stuff. Because the viewers are like a lot of your content. Like you need your viewers to like back you up and stuff and like show you support.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say you need that. I think if you're looking to go into content creation and like things like that, I think you might need it then at that point, right? But I think there's like the whole factor of like there's so much pressure, and they don't understand how to deal with it. I mean, even at our level, like we're a bit older, we're a bit more developed, like, and we've been doing this for a while, right? It's not like you don't feel it when you're playing bad. It's not like you don't realize you're streaming and you make a mistake, and you know it happens, right? But it's about developing and becoming more equipped to deal with these scenarios and move past it mentally, and kind of go, like being able to pick yourself back up and keep on moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really easy to not like at that age, bro. Like think about when we were 16, 17 years old. We're in high school. We're like
Minecrafter.
we spilled something on our shirt, and we're walking around school all day with it. Like then we're like, oh my god, like I looked like such an idiot. I feel like such a, like everyone fucking knows
That's
I'm
what
the
you're worried
guy
about.
with that shit on my shirt. You know what I mean? Now you put this person instead of it being that simple and cut and dry, you're putting this person under a microscope to the world, and then they have to broadcast their content, right, to like try to get into this career. And it is being viewed like that by not just your high school, but the entire world. Anyone who has any interest in this game, anyone watching you. And that sort of pressure is something it's really hard to even describe, right?
I feel like that was the best way to put it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think you nailed that one. And also, at like 15, 16, whatever, let's just say Booga again. This dude probably all he wants to do is just play Fortnite, right? That's all he
Yeah.
really cares about, is just getting good at Fortnite. So he's not really thinking about like, oh, maybe I have to be a role model or a good person. Like I'm sure he's a great person. I don't actually watch his stuff, but
Yeah.
he's not really thinking about that. He just wants to play Fortnite most of the time, I'd imagine, or just other stuff, or just do fun stuff with his friends. So you're never really thinking about those things. But kind of moving on just a little bit is I put a note here that says Ninja is a great example of this, because he ended up doing. Oh, actually, this is more so like the Twitch side of it instead of like the people in esports. This is just Ninja being a great example because he switched to doing PG streams when he was still playing Fortnite. And he said the reason he did this was because anytime someone would come up and ask him if he was Ninja or like, oh my god, it's Ninja, it was almost always like a 9, 10, 11-year-old, anything like that. Just somebody very young who would come to him. And the youth now is more so the spectator, right? So these, I don't want to say 10-year-olds because it seems like I'm being
It
rude,
seems
but
like a troll, but no, they really are.
These
like 10.
literal 10-year-olds are like watching your content or his content or whatever. And now you're in the position where you're talking to
It's
very,
so weird,
very
dude.
young people, right? To think about. Yeah, it's a very
so
weird thing.
yeah.
Because all you see is like a username. And when you give a sarcastic comment, they might not understand that
Yeah.
it was even sarcasm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, imagine being in Ninja's position, dude. Like it's such a like, honestly, it's so hard to like, dude, this dude has the whole world of gamers just watching him, like from any age range. And it's like, you know, he has to find a way to reach all audiences. And you know, I mean, and obviously the man is a very controversial person to talk about. He's definitely had some drama behind him, and you know, I don't know the man personally, but you know, I will respect the grind and you know how much he puts into his brand. You know, being able to go PG, changing your streams a complete like that, it's not easy. It's actually pretty difficult. I can't imagine just like Ninja before had like what? How many viewers? Chad, you knew a lot of Twitch. He had like what 2,000 viewers back in the day
I've known
PUBG.
Ninja for a long time.
Yeah,
bro.
you knew
Hey,
a lot.
I've known the Blev.
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
known
Yeah, Chad's known him, right? So Chad,
The
he didn't have too many viewers, right?
I watched him before Fortnite as well. Yeah, he would
No,
play
no,
like
he was
play
a
like
he would
guy.
curse all the
1,000 with each
time.
He was a Halo
Yeah.
guy. He hit his stride in H1Z1 a bit, and then definitely capitalized on the PUBG hype. And then
Yeah.
that's when he ended up going Fortnite, and then
Blew
becoming like
up.
legitimately famous, not like
the
streamer, Twitch
biggest
famous,
people, yeah.
legitimately a household name,
Like
is what he
red
turned
carpet
into.
famous.
Mhm.
Wait, well, I mean, you guys can keep talking. I'm gonna grab something real quick that I
This
just remembered.
fucking guy.
yeah, do
Okay.
your thing.
So
I already know what he's getting, but
We know
no,
what he's getting.
I don't think. I don't know, dude. I think like he kind of I understand like why he went sort of PG mode, because when you're then going out in real life and everyone that comes up to you or talks to
Dude.
you or like is like, oh, like you know, I'm a fan of you, is a kid, you know what I mean? It's hard to then sit on stream and
I can't take this seriously.
Okay.
I'm sorry, dude.
for those
I
of you
can't.
listening, Rizzo
Right.
now has his ninja headband and blue hair
Dude,
wig on his
oh
head.
my, it's so embarrassing.
Feel free to
Take
check out
it
the stream
off,
on
bro.
YouTube if you want to
Yeah,
see this.
If
This
you're a
is
very
comedy.
Spotify or Apple listener, I do have my Ninja headband on there. But seriously, listen, this dude is such a household name. I bought his headband with hair on it, like his blue
That's
hair.
crazy.
And I
can
love
find his
this thing.
products,
This thing's
you can
so
literally
cozy.
find his stuff
Dude.
at Walmart and Target. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
you can.
That was
Oh.
pretty gigabrain to change his hair to blue. I'm not gonna lie, because
He's
that
like
became
silver
his
hair now.
thing.
He doesn't even dye it anymore. I don't even know if he does. But
oh, he changed it back to normal.
well, yeah. I mean, even
he's gone a
back-
couple
back
different
to
ways
normal.
with it.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
red at one point too.
I
Did
mean,
you see when
the
it was
blue
red?
is the OG though. No, I didn't.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
think I
blue
did.
is the OG for
yeah,
sure.
the blue's the OG.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But he doesn't even speaking of like changing his stuff, he doesn't even do the PG streams anymore from what I know.
Right.
He's just a Valorant streamer and he just does his own thing. Like he doesn't care anymore. He just does whatever.
He kind
Really?
of did it in like when that big boom happened, right? He was like, okay, maybe I should make this change, and I could understand that. Like seeing and running into people, majority of your fans coming up to you are kids, are really young kids.
Yeah.
like, and kind of having that realization in real life, you know what I mean? It could affect you and make you want to go that route. I think the issue was like then he then started playing with like, you know, Travis Scott and like Drake and whoever
Dude, the
who are
Drake thing was so
swearing,
funny.
saying
Oh
the
my-
N-word,
Yeah.
like doing like very very much so not PG, but then he was telling all his streamer friends who swear a lot that he can't play with them because he's trying to be PG. I think that's where he got a lot of backlash for that.
Yeah.
I totally understand that move, going PG. If you're running into
Yeah.
fans like that, and just in general, a business decision, like Fortnite is primarily driven by kids, really young kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like
like,
I could
it's
as
just
a
the- it's the
business
smart
decision, I
play.
100% could
This
respect
is
that,
a
yeah.
funny comparison, but it's like rule one. It's like, you know, are you guys gonna tell the man to keep rule oneing instead of going to play with Drake and Travis Scott and have him say whatever the fuck you want on your stream? Or are you gonna tell this man to keep rule oneing and just like not grow his stream and not become a multimillionaire and not become a worldwide sensation on all platforms? You know, it's like so screw the rule one, bro. I'm trying to get paid out here, so that's the ninja mentality.
Mm-hmm. And I hate that people say he like, oh, like Ninja changed, because you know, like I was saying, I've known Ninja for a pretty long time.
Wait,
it's not like,
please
it's not like
address
we're
them.
good
Address them
homies.
by the Blev, please.
The Blev,
Blev,
sorry,
the
the
Blev.
Blev.
You've known the
Yeah.
Blev for a long
Richard
time.
Tyler Ninja Blevins.
Blev.
You know, I've known him for a while. We're not like super good homies or anything, but you know, we have a lot of mutual friends. We've played some games together in our past, and like, dude, to say the Ninja has changed is like kind of like right. Obviously, like his lifestyle has changed. He makes a ton more money. He's very successful, so of course he's going to grow and change a little bit as a human.
Mhm.
But like at his core, bro, he is the same. He was always this very like over the top, like ragey. He'll talk that shit. Like, bro, he's the same, man. Like, he
Yeah.
has not changed as much as people want to be like, oh, dude, like Ninja, you changed, bro. Like, if you
Yeah.
that's something people always try to use in like a negative context, like talk about people that have found success. And I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja kind of like. I mean, I think he changed a little bit in the sense that he became more PG, but aside from that, he still is kind of the same. Like even his late night streams are like back to normal. He just like goes and like curses everyone and just like messes around. And it's like that's what gaming is all about.
That's what gaming's all about.
It really is. That really is. This is a side thing, but you know how Dr. Lupo got famous? He literally like threw a nade at Ninja, and Ninja like saw the clip, saw the death cam, and was like, "Oh, that nade was insane." And then just like talked to Dr. Lupo, and that's it. They became friends. I'm pretty sure that's literally how Dr. Lupo was made. That's literally what I heard. That word for word. That's what Rogue told me.
That's some big talk, bro. I remember
Rogue was like, all it took was some luck for Dr. Lupo, and he became famous. That's all. That's what they told me. And they showed me the clip
that's
of him.
arguably for literally anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Twitch.
Speaking of something like that, that was like Myth when he 1v1 Summit. And Someone always says, "I made your career, Myth."
Yeah,
something
true.
like that.
I mean, that's another scenario. I actually feel like that clip kind of popularized Myth a lot in the beginning. Like no one would have heard about Myth if it wasn't for someone being like, "Wow, this kid's cracked." Like, he played really well against me. Yeah. So I think that kind of covered everything.
That covers it.
I think the last thing I want to just end off with is, what do you guys do for Thanksgiving? How's your guys' Thanksgiving gonna go? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I don't know, bro. I'm over here in Vegas. The family's all in Ohio still. With COVID and everything happening in Ohio's going crazy right now with all that stuff. So I don't plan on making a trip home, unfortunately. I'd like to see the fam and some friends, but I mean, there's just too much going on right now.
Yeah.
Just gonna hold it down, probably be streaming throughout the holiday, just chilling,
You could drive up to San Diego if you want, nice little feast with the family.
San Diego.
Yeah, come over with the fam. We'll treat you nice, Chad,
Oh, maybe I'll hop down, bro. That's a quick little drive.
I got you. Yeah. We'll make you some nice turkey, baby. Don't worry.
Come through.
What's you doing, Rizzo? Was she making any food? Either of you guys making any food?
I'm not making anything. I don't cook, but we're gonna have I didn't even know this. You could basically order a Thanksgiving meal.
From where?
You can just do that now.
The
Boston Market.
Oh, dude! I called it! Oh my god, I called it!
I don't think we were gonna do anything, but my dad was like, "Listen, I'm gonna buy you guys like Thanksgiving stuff." So
hey, Boston Market, that's kind of the flame. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of.
I've never had anything like that, so
it's kind of flame.
Sponsor the podcast. We love your food. We would eat some delicious food on the podcast and talk all about it. If you want to send us some.
Hey, give me your cornbread. Hey, throw me a couple pounds of your cornbread. Hey. We're good, dog. So yeah, I mean, good to hear you. I'm making some like scalloped potatoes for Thanksgiving. I always cook something for the fam. I either do dessert or I do like a dish. I think I'm gonna do scalloped potatoes this year.
Do you guys usually do like a whole extended family thing, or just kind of like you guys at the house?
We always do extended family, but not this year. This year we're just doing Corona swag, a little too scary right now. You don't want to deal with all that swag.
Why do you keep saying it like that?
Swag.
Why don't you say something normal?
Swag, bro.
I just wanted to get it out there, All right, well, I think that's about it for the biz, guys. That's a wrap.
I mean, were we gonna talk about content houses at all, or is that?
Where's that?
Next week?
Where's
that? A little
That's
teaser for next week.
Maybe
we talk about some content houses.
Oh, I see where Rizzo wrote that. Okay. I mean, you want to?
We can do that. No, we don't have anything there.
A
We'll do
little
that
teaser,
next
bro.
week.
Give them
little
just
teaser.
a little taste,
Didn't we already talk about that with Avery?
Back.
Avery kind of was in a content house.
True.
We can get him back on.
Yeah.
the do's, but mainly the don'ts of content houses with Avery.
Yes. All right, well. That's the biz, chat. That's the biz.
Hey, that's the biz.
Thank you, everyone, for listening on Apple and Spotify. Make sure to leave a review if you enjoyed the podcast. Everyone listening on YouTube, Make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Everyone on Twitch, follow to watch the podcast. We'll be live every Monday at 9:30 Eastern time. And yeah,
At where are we live at?
Twitch.tv/Sizz. We're live. Twitch.tv/Sliv. We're live. Sizz.
SIZZ. Yes, we are.
Yeah. All right. That's about it. We appreciate everyone coming by, and see you guys next time. I'll do a nice little. I'll do a shot for the stream to end it. I'll go full face cam shot.
Oh, okay.
Respect.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do a nice. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. You told me to get a drink, and after I literally started feeling tipsy like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, oh shit, SI's kicking in,
I've been waiting to go get another one. I'm feeling pretty good.
Wait, hold on. Let's start some music. Let's play some Isaac at Fixation. Let's chill.
Oh yeah.
Fixate. We always got to end it on the Fixation. We actually really got to get Isaac to make us a song for the stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty good.
You can produce our intro outro song.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, they actually gave me a leaving soon, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Not at that.
Then end screen.
Oh,
there it is.
Hey.
I'll do a shot though anyway. Hold on.
Hold on. He just pops over it.
Pops it over. No problem.
Dude, this is just like water here. I'm just gonna drink this.
If I take this here, it'll reinforce. Only fake people can re-endorse, cause I hate myself and they all support.
I see. Okay. That's so rock.
Boys.
Non-sponsored.
Hey.
Hit us up, maybe.
Hey, not sponsored, but I'm just saying my dad has his own tequila. If you want to buy my dad's tequila, missionliquor.com. Buy my dad's tequila, you know what I'm saying?
Or just
Shout out. Hey, cheers, shout.
No free promo.
No free promo, dude.
Slowing my pace at a faster rate. This life
Yeah.
and I'm saying, oh wait. I knew this shit would make me feel.
You guys like that?
I visually cringed watching you drink that.
That was kind of nice. That was kind of nice.
My bad. Maybe I should go back to the pad. Maybe I smoke too much with a
All right,
past.
boys.
Maybe I'm stuck in a
Thanks
state
for
of
listening.
crash.
Thanks for watching.
Love you guys.
See you in the next one.
See you next time. Bye.
Accusation, whether if I